Hello, everybody. From me and Olive and Charlie. You can come and say hello as well. Say hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Don't start live streaming. What's on the keyboard? Hi, guys. Welcome back to yet another chaotic live stream with the flock. Yeah, I know you're laughing. Come here, because if you stop the live stream, then everyone will be very sad. Okay, we're going to throw out the keyboard. We'll put Olive up there. You're going to come here because everybody wants to see you. There we go. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. And yes, welcome back to another live stream. Really grateful for you all being here. So it's Charlie, aren't you? Are you talking to everybody? Yeah, baby bird. So I've got, the usual few bits to talk about today. But as usual, if you guys have any questions or any kind of discussion topics, then we can chat about them, can't we? Baby bird, I love you too. So yeah, I've got Charlie and Olive to start out with, and then I'll probably get Pickles and Scampi out later, maybe. And I think David might be joining the live stream a little bit later because he's just playing Warhammer next door with our neighbour. But we're just going to launch straight into things. Hello, everybody. There's a load of you here today in the chat. Thanks for coming. And again, special hello thanks to YouTube channel members and patrons. Are you going to say hello? Can you say hi, everyone? Can you say hello? He's so excited. Every live stream, he gets so excited, which is why I'll have you out first and get all this out your system. You're not having this. And his favourite thing to do is, of course, to jump on the screen. So would you like one of these instead? Yeah? There we go. Cool. So loads of people joining. Hi, guys. So a few kind of little points of interest, things that have been happening. You may have seen David and I went to Chesington World of Adventures this week, which is like a theme park and zoo and aquarium in the UK. I used to work there at the zoo, nearly like 10 years ago now. And it was really nice to just go there, see some of the animals I used to work with, go on some rides. David went on all the scary rides, and I, of course, did not. I went on all the fun, silly children's rides. But, it was really nice to just have a day where we didn't have any work because, it's not just YouTube that we do. We obviously have our business. We have other things going on behind the scenes, other things we're working on. So to actually have one whole day off was really nice. A bit of a journey, but we got to go in the lorikeet walkthrough. Again, I used to work in that part of the zoo as well. And they have like tons and tons of lorikeets. When I worked there, there was about 80 lorikeets in the flock, which is crazy. So we spent a lot of money on the nectar, feeding the lorikeets, which is a lot of fun. But actually it comes out of this video. Well done, Mr. Teeny, by the way. That's really adorable. Something that actually we're going to make a Patreon video about is kind of biosecurity, because sometimes people don't realize that when you mingle with other birds, whether that's other people's birds, birds in like a zoo walkthrough, wild birds, if you happen to want to make friends with them, you do have to consider the risks that it poses to your own birds. And we do have quite strict, hello Charlie, quite strict what we call like biosecurity with the way that we approach interacting with other birds that are not our own. So we think we might make a Patreon video out of that, because I think, where are you going? It might be kind of interesting to talk about that and our things. Would we ever get a lorikeet? I think they're amazing birds, but I wouldn't have one inside. I would have to have an outside aviary, because most of their diet is fruit and nectar. It's just like liquid poops all day long. It's bad enough with these guys with their poops everywhere, but it's just water everywhere. And good quality nectar is also super expensive. So not on my current budget, I'm going to have lorikeets. But they are really funny birds. I love hearing them, and I think they're just amazing. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Jordan, I think I may be misreading your question. Are you asking why I'm into birds? Let me know in the chat and I can answer your question. And again, if anybody else has any other questions, do let me know and I will make my way through them. Won't I, Charlie? Do you want to have some time on the stand while we talk to everybody? No. Does Olive want to come over? No, she just wants treats, of course. It's just the chaos of me trying to keep up with the chat and the birds. What else have we got on our list? something very important that is coming up next Saturday. Charlie's super excited about this. I know, I love you, my baby. Baby. I'm trying to put that on cue more as well. He offers it a lot and we've been reinforcing it, so I want to get lots of vocals. Next Saturday, the 23rd at 7 p.m. BST, for Patreon members and YouTube channel members, we are having a live discussion and interview with Dr. Jason Crean. It will probably go up on like main YouTube at some point in the future, but obviously this is a perk for our YouTube channel members and patrons. You can ask your question live to Jason, all about nutrition. If you would like to get involved in that, obviously patrons and channel members, there are posts on the relevant areas. Channel members, there's a post on community. Patrons, there is a whole post on Patreon. If you'd like to get involved, you can obviously sign up now if you want to. I think YouTube channel memberships is like 99p, or Patreon, the lowest tier is £2, I think. And then you can get involved if you want to. But as I said, it will probably go up on YouTube, probably on David's channel because he's like hosting it a little bit later on. Yeah, good girl. Although, of course, if you want to sign up to Patreon, if you go for like the £5 tier upwards, you get access to how many videos? Nearly 80 videos that aren't on YouTube. So anyway, just plug for Patreon. But basically, we're having an interview and discussion with Dr. Jason Crean next Saturday, 7 p.m. BST. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you haven't signed up already and you are already a patron, then get involved. Or if you'd like to sign up, drop me a DM or an email if you want to learn more. But we're really excited about that, to have a chat with Jason. It's always a pleasure. There's Charlie's backside. That's not very nice, is it, Char? I mean, you're a very pretty boy. Olive's on there. I think these two are going to have to go in shortly because they are obsessed with being on the laptop. And this is our work laptop. And I don't want it ruined. They've already kind of ruined my me laptop. So what I think I'll do, I'll put these guys in, I get Pickles and Scampi out, and then I can actually keep up with the chat because this is very distracting because you're such a cutie, aren't you? Aren't you? Whoops. I love you. Come on then. Right, let's get these birdies back and we'll get some other birdies out because you're so cheeky. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh my goodness, you good babies, aren't you? Right, where's that Pickles and Scram? Yeah, come and say hello to everybody. Yeah. Here we go. It's Pickles and Scam. I also apologise for the weird lighting. Obviously, we're coming into like autumn time, and it's not dark enough to have the light on, but it's also kind of dark without the light on. Anyway, let's have a quick peek at the chat. Thank you for all of your kind words, by the way, guys. How is Tank doing? I try not to talk about our invert collection on here because I know some people are very scared of certain eight-legged friends. Tank is still in pre-molt, so he hasn't actually molted yet, so he's hiding in his web. If you would like to learn more about our invertebrate collection, our growing collection, David does have a brand new channel, which Scampi is very excited about, called Spooderpods. If anyone fancies dropping it in the chat, or just writing it out in the chat for anybody who's interested, we are doing all of our invert stuff on there. We are also doing an enclosure build-off with some inverts that are coming a little bit later. We're just waiting for the enclosures to be custom made. So it'll be me versus David, and you guys can vote on who's done the best enclosure setup, which is going to be a lot of fun for those ones. But yes, we do have technically 2 invertebrate pets now. But we also kind of have 3 because we bought some dubia roaches to feed our inverts, and I accidentally bought a massive size. They're really big. So now we have pet roaches as well. But yes, we did get a new addition this week, which I announced on Instagram. But again, if you'd like to learn more about our growing invert collection, then David's channel is Spooderpods. Spiders are not as scary as you think. They're more scared of us than we are of them. They are amazing, and they eat mosquitoes, which we hate, and houseflies, everything like that. So anyway, I hope you guys will be interested in going to check that out and maybe changing your perceptions on some of the creatures that we've kind of been told as a society are bad. Anyway, it's a whole rant. So let me have a quick peek at the chat. Best place to buy balsa blocks. Balsa, for some reason, is like gold dust. It's so expensive. Some people get them from craft stores. I'm always a little bit like hesitant with the quality and if they've been exposed to anything. But for balsa, I typically get it either from the Natural Bird Product Company or Northern Parrots. Northern Parrots now have some balsa toys, which is great. But the Natural Bird Product Company you can buy like balsa bits, balsa toys, all that kind of stuff. I'm due to make an order with them, so my bank will be crying because I like to stock up when I do it. But supporting small businesses, so that's awesome. Thank you very much. I can't even speak. K Singaporean at 6. Thank you. It's very, very generous of you. Love the little emoji. #1 fan. I know you're Charlie's #1 fan. It's not about me, but thank you very much for your generosity, and I hope you're doing well as well. Oh yeah, the links, maybe just if you want to write anything out in the chat, just write it and we can all find it together. Scampi, no one needs to see your little tootsies. Why don't you come here? I've got a straw for you. It's always chaotic on these live streams, especially when David's not here because I have to do the chat myself. Yes, hello everybody coming in. I'm Chris. I was just wondering, I have a male conure. If I was going to get another one, would it be best to get a male or should I get a female? Obviously, if you have a male and female pair, there is a risk that they could physically have babies. But we are very strongly for very strict hormone management. And obviously, you can still have 2 hormonal males. Louis and Kipling, Crimson and one-legged green cheek, they are boyfriends. They are 2 male pair, and they can still get hormonal and do whatever it is that birds do when they're in that state. But obviously, we want to avoid that as much as possible. I wouldn't say that whether they're a male or a female affects the likelihood of them forming a bond. It's all about whether the actual bird's individual personality is going to match with your current bird, is what I'd say. You going to come over here? Yes, she is. It's baby Pickles. It's baby Pickles. Your Charlie is laughing. You hear my Charlie. Yeah, Charlie is a cheeky boy. David and I were having a discussion last night, and between Charlie and Kipling, I think Charlie just knows slightly more words than Kipling. Kipling is a real chatterbox, but I think Charlie, because he just knows more phrases, I think he takes the medal there for most words known. Yes, everyone's writing out spoodopods in the chat. Yep, that's where you can find all our invert stuff. Sorry, I'm really trying to keep up with this. The Great Spoodopods build-off. We were inspired by Snake Discovery. If anyone watches Snake Discovery, they did like a tarantula enclosure build-off. So we're going to do something similar, but it's not for that type of animal. Mr. Teeny, butternut squash. Yeah, that's a good one to have at this time of year. Or pumpkins, of course, we're coming up to Halloween season, so we always like to make sure we've got pumpkins for the birds. They can have the seeds and everything like that. It could be raw, it doesn't have to be cooked or anything like that. It's really, really tasty, full of beta carotene, which is the precursor to vitamin A assimilation, so very, very healthy. So yeah, we want to get some of that into our chop, don't we? Pickles P, can you wave to everybody? Can you say hello, thanks for coming? Okay, I'm going to have wings as well. Goodness me. Right, what else is going on here? Cute, Julie. Yeah, dubias, they're really healthy as a live food. But we have little worms for our guys. Yeah, so Naughty Train started, but as we said before, we make a joke out of it, but don't feel like, you have to send anything to be acknowledged on the chat. We really appreciate each and every one of you. We know how difficult times are at the moment. So why is Pickles so adorable? Do you have an answer for that? You're going to wave at me. Can we ever shake hands? Oh my goodness, you're so smart. She's so adorable because she is Princess Pickles. She is our little baby. She's definitely the nicest conure to humans. She hates most birds apart from Scampi. She can tolerate the cockatiels, but generally speaking, she loves her Scampi, and that's enough for her, which is adorable because they are soulmates, even if she can be a bit naughty to him on cue, huh? And yes, Ed and Emily from Snake Discovery. I don't know them personally. That'd be cool if I did, but they seem like really nice people. So I enjoy YouTube, watching it and stuff, as well as creating. Pickles, who does rule the roost? I think, actually, we don't believe in dominance hierarchies or anything like that. Ooh, but are you going to dance for everyone? Ooh. Pickles probably is the boss here, let's be honest, aren't you? Are you talking to everybody? Yeah. So we also got a new travel carrier today. I did put it on Instagram. It is, I'll see if I can show you. Do you want to go on there for a second? It's, oh, okay, bye-bye. It is just down there because I'm doing some decent work. It is also my Amazon store, if anyone's interested. Oh, the lighting's gone terrible. There we go. And it is by Yahitech, which is basically an off-brand. It's not like your Rainforest or Liberta or anything. And I need to Scampi. Okay. Perfect training. Yes, by Yahitech, and it's a travel carrier. It's quite heavy. It's like 6.3 kilos, but I really like it because it's got horizontal bars. So I can get the birds in there, have them hold on, and I can voluntarily trim their nails a little bit better. And it's just quite spacious, and it's a little bit easier to train than the travel carrier that we already have, kind of mostly in the bird room, which is like a Northern Parrots backpack. It's also like a third of the price, but you know, it's really good. It was easy to put together. And I think it'll be good if and when we can eventually move somewhere bigger. Still looking, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I really like it. Also, so when Charlie and Olive came out earlier, Charlie went over to it immediately, went straight in, snacking from the bowls. So he clearly knows it's his. You were kind of okay on top of it. Scampi went in, Kipling went in, Louis went on top. And of course, Chip and Fish, being who they are, they were just like, we don't know what this is. We're quite scared. So that was fun. Where's the water? Do you want some water? Whoop. Do you want some water? Yes, please. She'd much rather my juice, but yeah, we're going to have some water, aren't we? Okie dokie. Yeah, the travel carriers are great. I highly recommend this. Not sponsored, but it is my Amazon store if you want to support the channel. Do I have a personal favourite of the flock? You can't have a favourite. There's no way. It's not right. Even with all these birds, there are birds who prefer me, and obviously, you know, when you are loved and wanted, you have a strong, deep connection to some of these birds. The birds I am most bonded to, because they have kind of chosen me as their preferred human, would be Scampi, Charlie, Kipling, probably Fish. But obviously we have a great relationship with all of the birds. David's still working on his relationship with the Crimsons, because Crimson bellies are just, they're something else. We love them to bits, but they're not like green cheeks at all. Do you want to go on my shoulder? What do you want? Do you want cuddles? She doesn't know what she wants. More treats, probably. Hello, Scampi Doo. Can you come here? Scampi just wants treats. You guys, come here. Oh, you're having kisses. You can have a treat then. Are our neighbours used to the bird noises? So we do live in a flat or an apartment, whatever you want to call it. Our neighbour across from us is our friend. He bird sits for us occasionally if we go out for the day. He comes over and, you know, trains the birds and stuff, so that's always fun. The rest of the people who live in our building are noisier than our 8 birds. So they don't really have a leg to stand on when it comes to moaning about the birds. But obviously we would like to live somewhere else, wouldn't we, Pickles? But, you know, we'll get there eventually. So yeah, we've never ever had a noise complaint. We've had to make noise complaints against other people, but we have never had a noise complaint with the birds, which I'm happy about, because, you know, we obviously try and minimize noise. We don't want to annoy anybody, but the benefit of how our schedule works is obviously our birds sleep for 12 hours and they're awake for 12 hours. So they get up at about 8 and they go to bed at 8. So from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m, there's no noise here. Whereas for other people in the block, that's party time, and that is time for noise, and obviously that's antisocial behaviour and stuff. So our loud noises are the kind of noises, you know, kids make noises at the same level sometimes as parrots. What are you doing? Do you want to cuddle or not? So yeah, they're really not that noisy compared to some other people. So that's just the way it is. Do you want to come here? Good boy. I've also been called up for jury duty, which is really random. If you don't know, in the UK, pretty much everybody at some point in their life when they become an adult has to do compulsory jury duty, which is where you go to court and you sit on a jury and decide the fate of somebody. So it sounds interesting, but honestly it's more of a pain in the butt, to be honest, because it's inconvenient and there's lots of travel and waiting and stuff like that. So I have that coming up next month. So if it takes a while for me to reply to your comments or your DMs or anything like that, that's because I'm in court and I'm not allowed my phone on me. Scampi is just raiding all of the treats. You're such a cheeky boy. Let's put them on the floor. out of the way. You can have one more straw. Okay, you've already got a beak full of treats. Fair enough. What else is going on in Bird Nerd HQ? And again, send in your questions if you have any for me about anything you like. My next video, which is coming out, should be next Saturday because I have a fairly consistent upload. Get those crumbs off there. Is going to be an updated how to get your bird to eat vegetables. Come here. Scampi's like, I really want to stop the live stream. Please don't. Yeah, my next video is going to be an updated how to get your bird to eat vegetables. It's going to have over 20 different ideas because I know it is probably one of the most challenging things for a lot of parrot owners is to actually get your bird to eat healthy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to putting that together. It took a bit of work to get all of the B-roll and all of the clips and stuff, but hopefully it'll be a really useful resource because I think my last one was maybe nearly 3 years ago now, and it didn't have as many tips in there and stuff like that. So I thought, you know what, it's about time we updated it, had some more tips in there, and hopefully we can help some more people get their birds eating nice and healthy. We can have a cuddle. Do you want to cuddle your scram? Scampi's, I just want to eat. I might even have to put him back because he's really cheeky. So I think we'll have Pickles out. It's always fun juggling these birds, so bear with me 1 second. You want to sit on there? Of course not. You want to sit on there? Of course not. Okay. Right. Then maybe I can actually focus on talking to everybody because you're so cheeky. What a treat. Oh, he's a clever boy. Okie dokie. Here we go. Always good fun. At least they're being quiet today. Just naughty. Pickles pee. She's like, I want your juice. You're not having my juice. It's not birdie juice. They're all absolutely obsessed with apple juice at the moment. Obviously, like safe, it's not got any chemicals in, but Olive will recall for apple juice. She'll fly across the room and she won't do it for any other treats, which is adorable. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I can't get out of doing jury duty. There are sometimes reasons why you can get out of it. I have to do it. So we'll see. We will let justice prevail. How are the microgreens doing? I need to do a new set of microgreens because I've just finished a recent one. But if you haven't seen my microgreens tutorial, do make sure you check that out on my channel because it's like the easiest thing that you can do to grow some of the most nutritious food for your birds, which are little chia microgreens, full of yummies, full of calcium as well. And when a plant is in its microgreen stage, it is the most nutritious because it's like just forming into a plant, so it's boosting all this nutrition to stimulate growth. So if you can grow microgreens, then you know, go for it. It's good for you and it's good for the birds. Gina, that sounds like a very strenuous trial. I want a simple, clean cut, trial. Not that I want any crime happening, but you know what I mean. Can you see the carrier? Yes. There's a bit of a mess in here, but when isn't it? It is down there, which is by Yahitech. It's a nice little carrier there with a big door as well. Whoop, let's get that set back up. The lighting, right, there we go, it's fine. Yeah, the lighting in here is so terrible. But yes, the cage has a really big door so that birds can get in and out. It's a lot easier to train some of the small door carriers. They can kind of walk in and stuff. And also it is like the setup of it is you can put your own perches in there. So if you want natural perches, I put the dowel in just because that's what it came with, but I will probably put some natural perches in there and change things up, maybe put like a toy in there or something. Obviously, we're not planning on particularly going anywhere like anytime soon, but having the birds prepared and used to a travel carrier is important before you actually need to use it. And if this goes well, then I'm going to have to buy like 3 more of them so that we have one for each set of pairs as well. But we do have enough travel carriers for all of them, obviously, if there was ever an emergency or anything. But I do like that one a lot. Obviously, I like our backpack from Northern Parrots anyway, because it's something that we can really take the birds out in for walks and getting sunlight, because this carrier is heavy. It's like 6.3 kilos, as I said. But for travel or for whatever reason you may need something like that, I think that works really well. And it's a lot cheaper than some of the branded ones as well. I did look, obviously King's Cages is a US brand, so it's always more expensive here, but for places that sell the King's Cages ones of those, I know they're lighter, but they're like £500 here, whereas this was 55 when I bought it yesterday. So that's like 10 times the cost. And, you know, in this day and age, we can't afford prices like that. So if we can get good quality products for a good price, we love a bargain. We're all over it. We also appreciate how adorable Pickles is. She loves a cuddle. For some reason, she really likes to just sit up here next to my head. She tries to go into like David's eye socket. Obviously, he doesn't wear glasses. But we try not to do that in case any of our like natural face oils and grease gets on her. And also, she's obsessed with me. Oh, there's a big yawn. You a sleepy baby. My goodness. She loves it when I take my glasses off. I don't know if she just thinks I'm a different person or what, but she gets very cuddly and chats to me and just snuffly and everything like that, which is really funny. But she does love her mama, but she's definitely a daddy's girl. She loves David so much, which is very, very cute. Do you have, oh, here, hang on a minute, I've missed that one. Can conures eat linseed raw? Yes, they can. You can just feed as is. It's a little bit harder to digest in its kind of raw whole form, but you can offer it. There's nothing to say you can't. You can soak it. It does go a little bit gloopy, but again, it is safe to do. Or you can use a coffee grinder and grind it up. It is better to grind it on the day rather than grinding up a whole batch, because then like the goodness from it dissipates. So that's another thing that you can do as well. I'm just missing the chat now because it's all zooming around. Where are we? Do you have flat platforms in your bird's cage? Yep, all of our birds have flat platform perches. All of them love it. We especially have a large one for Louis and Kipling because Louis has one leg and he likes to lay down. He's laying down right now with Kipling. So he gets to rest his leg by laying down on that. But all of them really enjoy flat perches. It's a great way of exercising feet. Just have a quick drink. And I highly recommend having flat perches in your bird's cage. You can't have it. It's not for birdies. You're so naughty. Right, where are we? Do your birds like the microgreens? Mine prefer big leaves. Yes, they do. They like the chia ones. They really like wheatgrass. But I say they probably do prefer big leaves more. But I know. But the microgreens have more nutrition than the big leaves, even though the big leaves are, of course, very nutritious in themselves. Yeah. Do you run your air purifier? I can't speak today. Goodness me. Do you run your air purifier 24/7? No, we don't feel the need. Obviously, when the birds are having in-cage time, we will open the windows anyway. We're like really strict with like, have you shut the window? I'm going to check. Okay, I'm going to check again just to make sure. But no, we don't run it 24/7. We have a very, very high-powered air purifier from Lavoie. David was gifted it a while back. Again, it's in our Amazon stores if you're interested. And it tells you how many particles are in the air currently. And because of the way that we manage our stuff and we clean regularly and all that kind of, all the things that kind of come together to try and keep the environment dust-free, as pretty much is always on like the lowest possible particle amount, if that makes sense. With the odd exception. So we don't need to run it 24/7. It's obviously quite expensive to run a purifier 24/7 as well. So if you can get one, if you haven't already, that tells you how many particles are actually in the air, that would be useful because then you'll know you don't have to run it 24/7. Yeah, it's a great carrier for anyone who's interested in that one that we have. We really like it. Pickles is a snuggle bug. Randy, that's really cool. When you have like a local parrot shop that's actually ethical and high quality, that's really cool. We haven't really got many local parrot shops in the UK. There's one where we got chip and fish from because we got them as babies. That was the right choice for us. And Pickles was dumped there. So she was a rescue and we picked her up there when we went back to go and look for what birds we wanted to add to our flock next. And it's okay, but I don't know. I've seen some parrot stores in the US that look better than the ones we get in the UK. But if you are in the UK and you know of an amazing like in-person parrot store, let me know because I'd be curious to visit. Uh-oh, David's just come home. Are we going to have chaos? Do the birds know that David's just come home? I don't think so. Let's see if he's quiet enough. Let me have a look. Hanging out with the cats. I love it. I do love cats. I think they're awesome. But obviously, for our setup, we probably couldn't have them unless we moved somewhere where we can have like a catio and dedicated cat room. That would be really fun. I love black cats. I think they're amazing. So that could be really fun. Is having two sibling birds together in the same room harder to train? Not in my experience. Obviously, everyone's experience is different. There's this misconception that if you get two birds at the same time, that they're harder to train. I don't feel that's the case. If you have one that's more confident and one that's more timid, you can work with the more confident one because parrots learn through observation. So the more timid one may see you working with the confident one and pick things up. We've already seen from some of our birds, we haven't even trained them certain behaviours and they've picked it up because they've watched the others do it, which we really like. So that's cool. But yeah, we got Chip and Fish at the same time when they were little, about 3 months old. And there's not really been any challenges there. Obviously, I'm not saying that that's the case for everybody, but from all of the clients that we work with via our business Best Behaved Birds, we haven't necessarily noticed that as a difference. It's all about adapting, evaluating your training, what's going well, what's not, filming your training as well, and kind of going from there and just reaching out to people and seeing kind of what's going well and what you can improve as well. Let's have a look. I noticed my bird's feet look very dry sometimes, and he picks at them. Is there anything I can do to help with that? I have a video on how to look after your bird's feet. So I recommend checking out my channel. I think there should be like a little search function. You can just like search feet or whatever. But I do have a whole video on feet. Typically, birds shouldn't have dry feet. Sometimes they look dry, especially cockatiel feet, budgie feet and things like that, because the kind of feather dust and things that naturally occurs on most parrots will kind of fall onto their feet and fall into little kind of scaly cracks, and then they look dry. If your bird's picking at the feet, I would be looking at what might be causing it. Sometimes getting the humidity level right in your home is really important for keeping the skin on the feet and all over the bird's body in good condition. We have a big stretchy wingy. He's just holding onto my glasses while we're doing that. Oh, lovely. So yeah, definitely check out that video about how to look after your parrot's feet. You're so demanding with your cuddles. Goodness me. Isn't she cute? Let's have a look. Gina, that sounds very cathartic, smashing tiles up. I think David would like to do something like that. Is it normal that whenever my birds are outside, they only want to sit on me? I hate sitting on a tabletop or floor. Uh-oh, they've heard David. So is it normal? Yes and no. So basically, it sounds like they are very bonded to you. They want to hang out with you, but also maybe they're not sure how to play independently. So you do have to teach birds how to play with play stands, toys. Thank you for pooping on my leg. Play stands, toys, and to play independently. And it does take time. It is a process for birds to learn how to do that. You are still part of the flock and you will provide them comfort. So maybe that's why. Maybe they just want to hang out with you and just spend time with you. But yeah, it's definitely a process to actually train them to understand how to interact with things, training duration of staying on these tabletops, making sure that they are engaging enough, that they know how to find snacks or play with toys and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Mr. Teeny, if you guys haven't seen Mr. Teeny's YouTube channel, he's got some cool videos of him training his two budgies. Budgies are fun, but very chaotic. They're always on the go, always moving. But training at the same time, two birds, is definitely a skill that you have to work on. Uh-oh. It's a skill you have to work on to work with two birds at once, but it can be done. And yes, Lolly the cat, the cow, fishy. There's nothing wrong with making DIY stuff, whether that's perches or toys. Oh my goodness. So whatever it may be, there's nothing wrong with a good DIY. I've got plenty on my channel. I've got more that I'm due to be filming. So that is all good fun. Judy, I don't know why your questions aren't showing up. I can see you now. I haven't had anything like coming through on the chat from you. Hopefully it works for you now, but we can see you. And yes, Lynn, you may have missed, yes, we do have flat platforms in the cages. And yes, possibly the chat box, maybe it's, woo, flicky tail. Maybe the chat box is getting a little bit stuck. But yes, we would love to see all of your questions. What do you want? Do you want to go on there? What do you want? I don't know what I want. Do you want treats? Oh, there we go. You have a snack. Yeah, we can definitely see you now, Judy. How would you go about teaching birds to teach them to play on their own? You want to basically set them down on the place that you want them to be, get them engaged, get them interested, back away a little bit, and then check in again after a few seconds. So it's not like, okay, there you are, I'm going now, see you later. You kind of want to be regularly checking in with them. And hello to everyone who's joining, by the way. Regularly checking in with them and just increasing the duration of time that they don't need your kind of one-on-one attention. Teaching them how to actually play with toys is really important. Again, I have a video of that on my channel. I need to do an updated one. I know you can hear him, can't you? You can hear David. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go up there? Okay, we'll sit up there. Yeah, actually teaching your bird how to forage, how to play with toys. If it's too hard to start off with, that can put a lot of birds off. So you could make it really easy for them to find their snacks. Make sure you're using high value snacks as well. It could be that maybe they just want to hang out with you. So bear that in mind, that they may just want your attention and company. There's lots of different things to it, but definitely training duration by having them interact with something, stepping a little bit further away, but then going back and checking in after a while, and then increasing that duration between check-ins can be really helpful to encourage a bird to kind of play independently. Lots of cat appreciation in the chat. We love a cat, we do. They just have to be very careful when you have them near birds to basically not mix them, in my opinion. Thank you very much, Iris. Very, very generous of you. Another #1 fan of Charlie's. Love the little exercise emoji and dancing and partying. I love that. I don't feel like doing that right now. I wish I did. I've had no sleep all week. I am running on fumes, I tell you. I was up wide awake at 3 a.m. this morning watching TikToks for about 2 hours because I just could not sleep. So that was fun, wasn't it? While everyone else was snoozing away. So yeah, I'm very tired, but thank you very much for your generosity. Let's have a look. Get off me, Juice. What do you think you are? Silly little pickle. Let's have a look. How can I separate my bird from me? If you have a Velcro bird, clingy bird, again, the tips for the independent play works, but it's kind of like a lifestyle change and a lot of training. It's not something that I can just say how to do in the chat. It's normally something that we cover in consultations because it does take a lot of work. Often diet plays a part, cage setup, and again, just having your bird know how to interact with toys, how to shred, how to forage, how to self-entertain, how to play in the cage as well, because again, sometimes birds don't know how to do that. They only know how to play with their out-of-cage toys. You can't have my Juice. Come here. You're so naughty. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not a quick answer, but hopefully those kind of thoughts can get your brain racing on how you might be able to tweak things. And she clearly loves you as well, following you around the house. Judy, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I can't imagine you're asking anything unusual, but maybe change your wording depending on what you're asking, in case YouTube's blocking words. YouTube's very weird like that. Sometimes it doesn't like normal words. So maybe change the way that you're wording it, because we're getting all of your other questions through. I love your British accent. Thank you. Yeah, I don't really know what to say to that. Thanks. Yeah, our conures are such sweet beaks. If we have any kind of juices, they're terrible for it. And they know when it's not juice. Like, for example, we offer them a little bit of lemon water, literally like a squeeze of lemon. Yeah, in some water, and they know that it's lemon water, and that's perfectly safe. You can offer your birds citrus in moderation, but when it's just water and we're offering it, they know. They're very clever, and they're like, I don't want this. There's no flavour. If you guys didn't know, yes, Judy, it could be too long, possibly. If you didn't know already, parrots typically have up to 400 taste buds, whereas humans have about 10,000. And that sounds like quite a big difference, but actually in the bird world, parrots have some of the most amounts of taste buds compared to other birds. They do have more sense of taste, and that helps to keep them safe when they're selecting foods. If they taste something that's bitter, they probably realize, hey, I probably shouldn't be eating that. Of course, with these sweet beaks, they love their sweet stuff. They definitely know when there's something tasty and sweet. Yeah, Jeannie, you've been very busy with your house stuff. You need to have a rest, but I know that your house is going to be so amazing once you've all got it settled, and your growing zoo will be loving it as well. Yeah, we do have lovely avian teas that are safe for humans. Do you know what? It's really bad. I'm not really much of a tea drinker. Gina, before I come back to that, Gina, thank you very much. You're also very naughty. Thank you for your generosity. It's very, very kind of you. Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it's thrown me off a little bit. Right, let me come back to another question because I realised I missed one. So where do we get our flat platform purchase from? Mostly from Northern Parrots. The big one that we get for Louis and Kipling, we get from Scarlets. But I try to buy most of my stuff from Northern Parrots. So that's typically where we get them from, but you can make your own. Yeah, I'm not really a big tea drinker. I love coffee, which obviously is not great for, going to sleep. But yeah, I'm not really a big tea drinker. I really try, but I don't know, it doesn't do it for me. Let's have a look here. So Judy, about the flat perch, do you mean that you had a flat perch made out of dowels? That's quite interesting. Let me know what you mean by that. Some birds will sleep on flat platform perches, like Louis, for example. He is currently laying down next to Kipling. Kipling just has his little feet like this, all snuggled up, which is super cute. And Louis lays down next to him so he can rest his little leg, which is so cute. My guys don't typically sleep on platform perches, but some birds will, especially if it's in the right kind of position, like up high and stuff. Woo, what are you doing? You can hear David, can't you? Any more skits coming from David? Yes, he has more parody videos planned. We just haven't filmed them yet. It's quite, as we said, quite cathartic to kind of, you pooping on me again, you're so cheeky, to make fun of ourselves, make fun of people who do things unethically, and we all need a bit of comedy in our lives. So yes, there's more comedy skits coming, so make sure you're subscribed to the Parrot Teacher as well. I would also love to have a Java wood tree. They are very, very pricey. They're also very heavy. The one downside to them, which I think I talked about on Instagram recently, is Java wood is really smooth. So what do you want? What do you actually want to go up there? Okay. Java wood is really, oh gosh, bad lighting. Java tree is really smooth wood. So we used to have a tabletop one rather than the huge tree, and the birds would like slip and slide all over it and stuff, and they didn't. What do you want? Do you want the stand? Come in. This is what she wants. She wants her daddy. He's in the cage because he's been naughty.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello,
so if you are having a Java wood tree, bear in mind that your bird might be slipping around in it. You can try and wrap it with either vet wrap or really tightly woven twine that's safe to give a bit more grip. I wish that they would make Java tree type things, but with different woods with like actual bark and textures. I think that'd be really cool, and there's a real gap in the market for it. Love to do it ourselves, but we haven't got the facility to do that. But that would be very cool. He pooped through it. Whoops. Making a mess. I thought it was illegal for Brits to not like tea. I can't say it in this country, otherwise sirens, police. No. It is. unusual to not like tea. I don't like British tea with milk and sugar. Honestly, I think it's gross. It just tastes like hot milk, and I don't like that. I love a coffee, love my juice, all that kind of stuff, and I really don't like tea. In fact, a lot of British people don't. David doesn't like tea, do you?
I don't like tea. Like herbal teas are fine, but normal tea, I just don't like it.
No, it's not nice. So sorry to poop on anyone's parade who thinks that all British people like tea. You really don't. Alice, yeah, the clamshell shaped perches, which are made of, I think it's like calcium and iodine and stuff like that. They're very good especially for disabled birds to rest on. We haven't, oh yeah, we've got one for chip and fish at the moment. You can get like really big ones and you can get smaller ones. I should probably get some more, to be honest, but we just have some like plain kind of pine ones at the moment. But there are lots of different types of flat perches. And as I said, you can even make your own if you have access to that kind of wood. But yeah, having a variety of perches, having textures is all very important. People are saying hello to you.
Hello.
Do you want to come and sit with me?
It's more, she's wanting to stand up.
She does, okay. You
Just
just have to deal with me now, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to sit in the background. You get angry at me.
Yeah, so people typically vet wrap branches because they need a bit more grip and a bit more texture, or they vet wrap things like cotton rope ones because they want to hide any fibres and threads that might be coming out of them. So that's something to bear in mind as well. Yeah, Judy knows what's good. Tea is gross. I'm sorry, guys. I have to say it. Tea is gross. Coffee is nice. We love a coffee.
I don't like coffee either.
Boo! Get out. No, coffee's good. I like, my favourite kind of coffee is either an iced latte or a gingerbread latte. And we're coming up to the gingerbread latte season, so good. See, that's controversial, Laura. Milk not belonging in tea. In the UK, if you drink like black British tea, that's considered weird. Like almost as weird as not drinking tea at all. It has to be like milk with one sugar at least is like the standard tea, but not for us. No, we have it in for guests. I have to make a special trip to go and get some for guests. Alice, thank you very much. It's very, very sweet of you. Very, very generous as well. Thank you to people in the Naughty Club today. You really shouldn't, but I really appreciate your generosity today, and for everyone being here as well. Thank you so much for coming. Very, very nice of you. Let's have a look.
No, we're not doing that.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Oriana. It's very difficult and it's a tricky subject. I think sometimes keeping routines can help a lot for your bird, trying to keep them busy as well, keep them active, and just try and keep things as normal as possible, even though they're not quite normal. That can really help. So that's my best advice. You can offer things like Tulsi tea, because Tulsi as a tea, which is okay, I don't mind having it occasionally, it is something that helps with the body processing stress, even in birds. It's a kind of natural anti-anxiety and antidepressant, so that could be something to introduce, whether you offer the herbs or whether you brew it as a tea. What are you doing back there? Just messing. So yeah, my best advice is keep routine, keep them busy, and offer calming foods, and foods like Tulsi or chamomile. Fresh mint as well is very good to offer. Hemp seeds as well. What did you miss, Mr. Teeny? David's here. Whoop, whoop. That's what you missed. And the birds being naughty, as per usual. And our fish is getting excited as well. Let's see if I've got anything else on my list. I think I covered all of my stuff. So just for anyone who joined us a bit later, as I said, we are having this live discussion with Dr. Jason Crean for YouTube channel members and Patreon members as well. So if that's something you'd like to get involved in and you're not currently a member, either drop me a DM, email, or sign up to channel membership on here or on Patreon for any tier, and you can take part in that discussion. It's going to be lots of fun. It will eventually be on YouTube, but it is a perk for patrons and YouTube channel members currently, and you can speak to Jason, who, if you don't know already, a friend of ours. He is an avian nutrition expert. I do have videos with him on my channel, so does David. So it's going to be lots of fun, so I'd love to see you there as well. Everyone's saying hi to David. How do you choose a breeder to get green cheek conure? So while we're not like anti-breeder, we do recommend looking at rescues and rehomes to start off with, because there are thousands and thousands and thousands of parrots in rescues, especially conures, because they are very challenging birds, even though they are seen as like a starter bird, which is, let's not discuss starter birds. And even like little youngsters, like we got Scampi when he was very young, we were his 4th home, which is kind of crazy. So do look at rescues and rehomes. For looking for ethical breeders, you want to make sure that they have their licensing and paperwork, depending on where you are in the world. You want to be able to see the parents. You want to see the living conditions, be sent photos. Make sure they're not a scam as well, because there's so many scams of buying birds. You want them to be feeding them a great diet, not just cheapo seed mix because they're trying to churn out birds. Just really kind of question them and get a feel for what they're doing, why they're doing it, and that sort of thing. That's my best advice. And I will probably have a video at some point as to like where you should get your birds from. Laura, I love that emoji. That's really funny. Thank you very much. You're very naughty. Very, very sweet of you. I appreciate you being here and part of the community. Thank you very, very much. Pickles is in David's eye socket. I did mention that earlier, and she's gravitated up there. She can't resist a cuddle with her daddy, and I did say that she's a daddy's girl. But yeah, thank you very much, Laura, and for everybody else who's been very naughty on this live stream. What are your thoughts on Tops pellets? They are the best pellets on the market by far, when you compare the ingredients list of them to anything else. But we don't feed pellets as a huge part of our birds' diet. It is very much a supplemental thing. They'll get a little sprinkle of Tops pellets a couple of times a week. But yeah, Tops pellets are cold pressed, which is great because it means that no nutrition is lost in the process of forming them. Whereas other pellets on the market are heat treated, even if it's at a low level. Not only is it going to destroy some of the nutrition, also it has a potential to create inflammatory compounds. So Tops are really the only pellet that we feed, and definitely the best on the market. So I'm not sponsored to say that either. I wish. Where's my drink? Let's have a little sip. I'll be here for like, I don't know, another 5 or so minutes. So if anyone's got any other burning questions, then please, now is the time to drop them if you're not getting distracted by Pickles being so cute in the background. That's adorable, Gina. I don't know what it is about the eye socket. I guess it's kind of like a perfect little space for a conure. What do you think? Is it because I had my juice and you didn't get any? I told you she's obsessed with the juice. But yeah, something about cuddling conures and eye sockets. You only want me for my juice. You don't want me for me. She's checking in. Klaus. Thank you. Klaus is using the same little animation. Oh no, it's not the same. It's spinning. Thank you very, very much, Klaus. It's very, very sweet of you. And Oriana, thank you for your generous donation. You guys are so nice and so sweet. You don't have to do this. You know, times are tough, but we really, really appreciate it. You know, everything just goes on the birds and on creating content and making stuff to help you guys. And we really, really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you to everybody in the Naughty Club today. You are very, very sweet. And yes, if anybody kind of missed it, we do have inverts now, 8-legged kinds. So if you haven't already, make sure you head over to Spooderpods. If anyone wants to write that in the chat again, Spooderpods is David's new channel, and I will be featuring on there, especially for our enclosure build-off for future invertebrates. But we're hoping to change a few minds for people who maybe don't like that sort of animal. But actually, they're awesome. So yeah, I hope that you will join us over there for some more fun. Even more content. We're just churning out that content right now. David's like on a productivity mission right now. He's got so many videos.
To get some views.
I mean, we're desperately trying to actually convince YouTube to show our videos to people. But there's lots and lots of content already filmed or already planned and in the works. Let's have a look here. Yeah, Judy, you know, sometimes it does take a really long time for birds to eat veggies. And I know that you've already made progress in lots of different areas with Barney, and that's awesome. But as I said, my video that's hopefully coming out very shortly is going to have loads of tips. But the 3 Ps that I talk about, little spoiler alert, in this video is patience, because you have to keep going. You have to be patient. It's going to happen at some point that your bird will eat healthy. Perseverance or persistence, choose your words, whichever one you want, because you have to keep doing it. Sometimes it can take birds an absolute age to try even just one new food, and that's okay. The key is to keep going, but also presentation, because trying the same food in different ways is crucial sometimes to getting birds to try new things. And also remember, there's always going to be wastage. Always, no matter, whether your bird is eating healthy or not, there's always going to be wastage because that's in their nature. And again, I have a video all about waste, and I've just realized Pickles has made a huge mess on my leg that I've just rubbed all over myself, which is fantastic. Let's have a look here. What are some good and bad things about owning green cheeks? I have lots of content on that. I have a whole conure care playlist. I recommend checking that out. I've got reasons not to get a green cheek conure and all about them and stuff like that. A quick overview: they can be cute and cuddly, but not all of them are like that. Their bites hurt and they are nibbly. They're noisy, but they're also really fun and playful. But again, every bird is an individual and everyone will have a different individual personality. They're just... we obviously love them. We've got lots of them, but they're not for everyone. Not everyone can handle the noise, the mess, the biting and nibbling and exploring with the beak, because, they're just bundles of fun. They're full of energy. They need to have 12 hours of uninterrupted opportunity to sleep. They're expensive. You need to have an avian vet nearby. There's so much. But, we love them all the same. For cockatiels, for tops pellets, mini or small, actually, what's really weird right now, I can't remember the size of it, but we actually have the biggest ones that are marketed for like macaws, because I bought them for fun. I saw it in a flock talk video. She got the big ones by accident, and her green sheep really liked them, or maroon bellied, or whichever type he is. And our guys are really enjoying the really big tops pellets right now, which is kind of fun enrichment. Otherwise, we normally buy the mini ones, I think, but to be honest, any of them are fine. Like, they're going to be crumbling them up anyway, so any are fine. Let's have a little peek. Carrie, you're so nice. Thank you for your kind words. You are lovely and you are amazing. You're an amazing bird mum and human mum as well. But thank you very much for your kind words. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. We don't just say this to be like corny and cringy and stuff like that, but part of what we love about YouTube is having this community of people who just want to do good for birds, who want to do right for them and stuff. So, having amazing people like you and everybody else in the chat as well really makes for an awesome community of, parrot enthusiasts. So, thank you very much for being so sweet. Yeah, trying the bird bread, Judy, that is definitely a way to go. Hiding those veggies in there can be great fun. Chopping it up in different ways. Yeah, that's 2 of my tips. But yeah, there are lots of different tips, lots of different things to try. Big chunky leaves, herbs, soaked and sprouted items, making sure you're offering it first thing in the morning, the colours that you choose, whether things are in season or not. There's so many different things that could go into why your bird will or won't eat something. But half the battle is just getting them to recognise that this is actually food. And I have full faith that everybody will be able to get their birds to eat a healthier diet, even if you've had your bird for absolutely ages. You can definitely make a difference. So keep going. I have full faith in you, Judy, that Barney is going to like his veggies. And it sounds like some other little birdies enjoy the big pellets as well, so that's fun. So yeah, tops pellets, the big ones, are definitely a hit here as well. So I'll just be around for another minute or so. So any other burning questions, drop them in. Otherwise, we're going to wrap things up. And everyone has been very quiet today, other than when David came in. I'm a bit suspicious because a quiet bird is often a naughty bird. Chip and Fish are just snacking. Scampi's snacking, having a little drinky. He's totally fine not being with Pickles right now. Obviously, you guys probably saw I had to go and put him back because he was just trying to attack the laptop. And I don't want him to end the live stream, but it's okay for bonded birds to have a little bit of separate time. I like my own me time from time to time, doing my own thing. So that's all good. Where's Louis? Is he still? It's getting so dark in here. You can probably see the weird lighting. I think Louis is still laying down with his Kipling, having a little cuddle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kipling loves his Louis. He's, I think it was Adara, who I don't think is here today. She commented on one of David's posts recently because we were showing how Louis hops around. Oh, there's Charlie for you. We're showing how Louis hops around because obviously he has one leg, and if we're worried about, his joints and stuff. And we have things in place for that. We've got the platform perches. We're always mindful about how he's moving, making sure he's exercising and his weight's good. But the other really awesome thing for Louis is he has his Kipling, and Kipling is although he's a boisterous boy, he's very understanding of Louis and recognizes his disability and tries to help him. He'll go and sit with him on the platform perch because he has his little feet out like that, even though he could just go and sit on a normal perch. I think that's really cute that they have this lovely relationship where even though he can be cheeky, he recognizes when Louis needs to sit down, he goes and sits with him. So I like that. Chunky bird, that's right. And on that note, yeah, Klaus, when the birds are quiet, they're up to something that sounds exactly like what's going on right now. Aye. Charlie's getting so excited. So I think we're going to leave it there. Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for coming today, guys, and for joining me for this live stream. I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And thank you to everyone who joined the Naughty Club today. It was very, very generous of you. And you're also very appreciated. Again, thank you to channel members and Patreon members for being here too. And if you want to take part in the chat with Dr. Jason Crean, make sure you get in touch. It is next week, so we're really excited for that. But yeah, thank you guys for coming. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you're having an amazing day, or you're going to have an amazing day. The first thing from me and the birds who get really noisy. Take care, guys, and see you later. Bye.